Ladies and gentlemen, the How Far Down podcast is brought to you by
the How Far Down merch store.
Here we got our featured shirt of the week, our laserproof blue t-shirt. Protect your torso with his laserproof blue How Far Down t-shirt. Which one do you like the best?
I'm going to go with my top. Let's see. These are all nice, but bam! Bigfoot, baby.
That's
Vintage style Bigfoot and a unisex. They're all unisex, by the way.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your favorite?
I like Bribin 24/7 a lot, but
that's
I think
a good one.
my absolute favorite is right here, bro, at the top. This alien chick.
Yeah, that's
my
a top
favorite.
seller. Top seller right there. You too can have these shirts. We want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support. We'll put all the links in the bio to the store. Thanks so much.
There we go.
And action. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, brother. How about you?
Been good. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
It was it passed.
Yeah. Was it festive?
It was festive enough.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was good. We went over a friend's house. Small get together.
Right on.
I got fat as fuck for a day.
Yeah,
Felt
that
great.
happens.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Felt great. Felt bad for a minute, and then digestion kicked in. We were good to go. Couple drinks. It was good.
Right on.
Yeah.
What do we got cooking today?
What do we have cooking today? Well, you know what we haven't heard a lot about in the news lately?
What's that?
Maui fires.
Yeah, that's
Remember those?
falling out of the news cycle for sure. Been
It really
replaced by
has.
the global conflicts and
I don't know why, but here I got this video I wanted to show you.
let's check it out.
38 fire aftermaths and taken 107 trips to all of them, collecting evidence at every site. I saw this picture of Santa Rosa, California, the Jack-in-the-Box, McDonald's, and a gas station. But what I see is the trees. All of them did not burn. And how did a fire cross a freeway? This is in Maui now. Nothing, I mean nothing added up. This is the same stuff exactly that I've seen in California. Here, a home's on fire and nothing else. And I believe that's because of all the metals, whether they're ferrous or non-ferrous, that are in a house. Many of the top fire people know exactly what's going on. When you don't see the forest burn, but yet houses are, and some of these materials don't burn, I believe most of these fires are microwave-based. The cars, they all look like this. Now, the auto glass melts approximately at 2,500 degrees. Forest fires don't get that hot. Forest fire goes up to 1,400. You're not getting above those temperatures. I've been to...
Well, who the fuck is this guy?
He's claiming to be a fire expert.
Fire forensic arborist, he says.
Fire forensic arborist.
Explains the aftermath of Maui and Santa Rosa. I've been to 38 fires, he says. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know if he is an expert, but he's speaking. When you look at the pictures, he's explaining what the pictures are portraying.
Right.
I mean, as far as there were a lot of shots, a lot of pictures or clips that I saw of trees surrounding the burned stuff, buildings and whatnot, and the trees weren't touched. Now, I know that trees carry a lot of moisture. That could have something to do with it. I have a hard time believing that it wouldn't be like somewhat charred or something. It's a bit odd.
It's pretty odd. I mean, the photos that he shows, the trees look completely unscathed.
Right. I mean, it's been a while since we've touched. Well, actually, we really haven't touched on this yet, but it's been a while since I've seen or read anything about this. But I don't think fires can jump freeways.
I mean,
That one I'm kind of with him on.
Right. All right.
Well, if there was anything in that video you would pick apart, like questioning him,
Like questioning this man's authenticity.
yeah, or not. Yeah, what are you not buying about what he's saying?
I mean, one of the photographs looked a little photoshopped to me towards the end. Other than that, It's hard to say. Looking at him, he kind of looks like a fire scientist.
Sure, he fits the part.
You know, to me, he's fitting that profile. The burning temperatures is kind of seems to be the most damning part. You know, and he says the auto glass burns at like 2,500 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Forest fighter will top out between 1,500 degrees. I mean, it's a good 1,000 fucking degrees variance.
That's pretty big.
You know, if it were 100 degrees or 200 or something, okay, but I feel like 1,000 degrees is a significant variance.
I think that might be a little too much too. Like that seems like a lot. Not that he's wrong. I'm saying like that's a red flag to me.
Right.
You know? Hey, I was just noticing. Let me fire this comment at you because we were just talking about the fires jumping freeways.
Yeah.
And fucking believe it or not, it looks like it's the name on this comment is Kelly Slater. There's a blue check. So I don't know if it's
surfer.
I think so. It looks like him.
Well, I mean,
3.3 million followers. I think that's him. But he
sounds like the real Kelly Slater.
So
yeah.
his comment is a fire can't jump a freeway? ? Credibility out the window with that comment alone. I guess now Kelly Slater's a fire expert. Cars turn into infernos inside and they're full of fuels. Metals regularly melt in car fires. Vegetation is full of moisture, yep, we know that, so some don't spark and burn. Some modern houses are more fire resistant. I can't understand why people want to believe the worst and can't at least have reasonable conversations about this. By all means, if there is evidence of something else besides fire and 80-mile-per-hour winds, please disclose instead of hinting with no evidence. Firefighters in Maui say it got out of their control. Strange how everyone became a direct energy weapon specialist recently, but have never seen one. Try blowing 80 miles per hour of oxygen in your fireplace and let me know if that doesn't make it hotter. I mean, he's going off on a rant.
I mean,
I'm not.
He's a pro surfer. I'm sure there's a personal matter for him. I don't know if he lives in Hawaii, but I imagine he's spent an awful lot of fucking time in Hawaii. At a bare minimum, being a pro surfer.
I'd like to find out what politicians he's friends with. Actually,
sounds a little prepared.
Yeah, a
sounds a little prepared. I don't know.
Like, why the fuck is Kelly Slater wasting his time commenting on this right now?
That's a better question, actually. I don't know. Maybe it just came through his feed the same way it came through mine or yours.
I guess he could.
He felt triggered about it because it's a personal matter to him.
Yeah, I guess. I guess he's just a normal guy, right? Normal, amazing surfer. No bad blood with Kelly, but I don't know. I agree with him in the moisture part with trees. I get that. That's known, but.
Well, he's kind of though. Actually, Kelly does make sense. He's saying that the temperature that a forest fire burns is irrelevant because a car is not a forest.
Right.
It burns
it's got tons of fuel.
And he's saying the car burns at a much higher temperature because it's got lots of fuel and other accelerants.
But that would mean just the cars then, right? Just so you're talking about when you'd be measuring the level of heat with the cars in that, like on this like section of the car here, and it'd be burning, and fuel would combust.
Okay.
And that could be 2,500 degrees, but over there, the rest of it is like whatever 15, 16, 1,800 degrees. So. I guess I don't know. Is this guy saying it was 2,500 degrees everywhere? Because I get what Kelly has a point. He does have a point with that, but that's for a car. I guess maybe he's referring to the melting of the car more so than anything else.
I think the comment is referring to the melting of the cars and the melting of the glass. And what I believe that the comment is trying to express, the main point is that doesn't fucking matter what temperature the trees burn at. It's a car. What are you talking about? It's irrelevant that it's 1,500 degrees, in a forest fire. It's not a forest. It's a car.
It's a car.
Everything in it is synthetic. Everything in it is synthetic and flammable and man-made. Yeah,
that's a good point.
No shit, it's going to burn a lot harder.
Right. And I guess he probably has a point, too, about some of the modern houses that are more fire-resistant. I think there were a lot of shacky type homes in Maui that probably
Yeah, no disrespect, but I imagine, there's probably some older houses.
Yeah.
Some maybe more simple designs.
I do think that there's still plenty of questions and red flags, though. I feel like him coming at from an angle of like you're just looking for the worst. Well, I think people are just untrusting, and they're really well aware after, let's say, COVID, for example, how much power and control the government can wield, or can yield, I should say.
Yeah, for sure.
Or wield.
For sure. Yeah. Something about the video, though, that the comment does not address, which is, well, then why don't the trees burn, but the structures in the cars do, when they seem to be very close to each other?
Mm-hmm.
I think that part's missing from Kelly Slater's,
Well, he mentions the moisture of trees, right? He does say that in the vegetation is full of moisture, so some don't spark and burn. But there's some pictures where they're like not touched at all, and you gotta. I mean, while maybe the trunks aren't gonna burn,
right?
Burn some leaves, isn't it? And I'm not saying all the pictures I've seen. There are some pictures where there's sections of charred trees, but there's definitely some where it looks like just this section burned, and then over here this section burned, and then so on and so forth. But I think this arborist guy, whatever his name is, I don't think he says it. Says Jake GTV. I think he didn't say it in the video, but he's referring probably to the direct energy weapon thing, or does he say it? He said something about microwave.
Well, he says he doesn't say the words direct energy weapon. Maybe he was being careful to not purposefully, not trying to get flagged.
Possibly.
Or something. But that's what he's talking about. That's what he's alluding to 100%.
Right.
He's saying, microwaves. It'd be like if he was trying to avoid saying, I don't know, someone was killed with a gun and, he said, well, they died by a bullet.
Right. I gotcha. So, I mean, that was probably right out of the gates, too. That was probably the biggest conspiracy theory, I would say, was that people were calling it a direct energy weapon caused fire. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's fueled a bit by the fact that earlier in the year there were those green Chinese lasers that the observatory cameras picked up.
Yes.
So, I mean, there were lasers over the Hawaiian Islands not that long before the fire, a few months before the fire.
Right.
I think the lasers happened the same week as the Chinese balloon.
I think I recall that being pretty close, as well.
Which I could be totally wrong. It's happened before, but I think it was earlier this year, in the beginning part of the year, if memory.
How about this one? Do you remember? I think we shared a video with each other, and I can't remember which one of us sent it, but we both watched it. It was about that guy talking about the Chinese satellites that were over Maui when all this went down.
Totally. And again, that idea is fueled by the Chinese satellites shooting the colorful green lasers over Hawaii.
I mean, it's not your ordinary laser, is it?
No, it's not, man.
And everybody has direct energy weapons, by the way. Like, those are real. Just so anybody is questioning this.
Yeah, that's
they
a real
do
thing.
Exist.
I remember like 10 years ago, more or less, I remember there being a news piece where
it was
they
Lockheed
were showing,
and Martin, right?
Yeah, they were out on like a aircraft carrier or something, and they were using the direct energy weapons. It was supposed to revolutionize war and stuff like that.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Right.
From far distances, far away. I don't know exactly how far, but
I don't remember exactly if the idea was to fry the wires, to fry the electronics, or I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago.
I know it was actually. I mean, these have been around a lot longer than people think, for sure.
But yeah, direct energy weapons. They've been working on it for a long time. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is true. You can look it up. Lots of stuff will come up if you Google it. Better to YouTube it though, and see it with your own eyes.
I think so too. Let's see what I've been wanting to implement into the podcast is let's get AI's take on all this stuff.
Yeah, what does AI think about it?
Do you suffer from joint pain, arthritis, inflammation, or eczema? Can't get a good night's sleep? What you need is some CBD from the hemp company in Nebraska. It's veteran-owned and Nebraskan-grown. Visit us at thcofnebraska.com or text 308-241-1235. That's 308-241-1235. Big Red Pain Relief from the hemp company in Nebraska.
I'm so curious, the advancements of this, like a Chat GPT, for example. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to debunk, it tries to debunk all the conspiracy theories.
How dare you assume the chatbot's gender?
Sorry about that, Dora. I just saw Hurricane Dora there. What's it? Conspiracy theories about the Minecraft. Fires were caused by giant lasers claimed as a direct energy weapon assault. It's clearly, wildfire. Such theories distract. This was the Michael Clark, a wildland firefighter from Oahu.
Okay.
He was saying that all these theories just distract from more pertinent issues like climate change. Of course, they're gonna bend it that way. Okay, see, to me right away, that's a red flag.
Sure.
It's the agenda, right? So, was it September? I think the year before they had a convention because they want to build a smart city in Maui.
Right.
They've been wanting to do that for a while. They've been trying to do that. They've been trying to buy people's homes, right? I think BlackRock has a little bit to do with that as well.
Probably.
Yeah. So there's a huge red flag there. All of a sudden, this fire happens. Now, I'm not saying it's direct energy weapons. That is possible. The Chinese satellite thing and the fact that DWs do exist, it's possible. But at the very least, I feel like they allowed this. It's possible. I wouldn't say it's gospel, but I say it's pretty possible, very possible that they were, the timing was right. There was a fire in Maui. Oh, let's shut the water off.
Right.
Let's stop people from evacuating in certain areas. Let's not sound the alarm. And let burn, motherfucker, burn. And then we can build a smart city.
So you're leaning more towards that it was a coordinated event, not necessarily from direct energy weapons, but just
land grab.
But yeah, opportunistic. The fire did occur, and they purposefully
neglected
the
kinda. I mean,
response to it.
I don't think. Again, I would need to see some serious evidence, like video evidence of a DEW, to start going down that road heavily. Again, I think it's absolutely possible because they do in fact exist, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything that has convinced me of that. But I do know that they've been wanting to make it a smart city. I do know that Maui was going to be the first smart city. And now, I can say this now. We'll know a lot more in like the next 2 years.
Right.
But I would not be surprised in the next 2 years if it becomes a smart city, just like they had planned. And that should raise it should raise questions now, but it'll probably raise some questions then, like, oh, so-and-so was right. It wasn't a conspiracy theory. Because that shit happens all the time now.
Right.
Like COVID.
COVID
Wasn't from the lab. Yes, it was. But that was considered a conspiracy theory for quite a long time. But, yeah, I mean, the Maui disaster, again, it's kind of been out of the news for a while.
All right, then, okay. We'll take it piece by piece. How far down direct energy weapon was used to start the fire?
We didn't start the fire. How far down? I'm gonna fire right in the middle. I'm gonna say possible.
Possible?
I think it's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I think it's possible.
I got you.
How about you? With the D-dubs. D-dubs.
I'm leaning towards unlikely only because I feel like there's a lot...
Get out!
There's a lot easier ways to start a fire.
Is there, though? From a distance, from a satellite, you hit a button, it goes... Zoop. What's easier than that?
I mean, it sounds pretty easy, but...
Probably not.
It sounds expensive.
Yeah, that does sound expensive. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking there are a lot of ways to start a fire. If all you needed was for the fire to get out of control and to impede the response to it, you don't need space lasers to do that.
It's true.
You know,
Maybe just one quick hit with a space laser, and then let's just not put it out.
I mean, just a meth head or two could probably get the job done pretty quick and efficient. You know, you just kill those guys off anyway. I think what I would like to know, though, man, is whoever ends up buying up these ruined lands.
Black Rock, Vanguard, State Street.
Okay, well, to tie it all together, right? If those fuckers end up buying this land that's now become available,
then you know.
Then you know, because those fuckers have got 80 whatever percent of the S&P 500.
88, yep.
And which that would include the military industrial complex contractors like Lockheed and stuff like that. So if the people who end up buying up the land and turning it into a resort or whatever the fuck, they also have access to the shit that Lockheed Martin's got.
Yep.
Okay, now we're really talking about something here.
Now we have some serious connections.
But that whole thing is contingent on what ends up happening to these destroyed properties.
I agree. It's hard to know until then, but my money's on that they will turn Maui into a smart city.
I'm telling you,
they will not. They will do the people of Maui wrong, and they will take it over. They will grab it. Because isn't Black Rock and all them are supposed to in a certain amount of time, they're projected to own like 60% of homes.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
In like 10 years or something,
like 10
not
years
even that.
They're just buying up everything.
Buying
property
everything
everywhere.
available.
Yeah.
Everything available. Yeah. So again, man, if if the people end up getting to keep the properties and rebuild, and nothing that much changes, then yeah, maybe all this space laser stuff, it might be kind of silly.
Right.
But dude, if they complete their goals and turn it into a smart city and turn it into this fucking green community and do all the shit that they wanted to do and were unable to do, it's hard to come up with any other alternative other than that this was coordinated and it was on purpose.
Yeah, that'll sell it to me right there. If it actually does turn into a smart city, I'm fucking gospel on the fact that it was coordinated in some way.
Yeah.
Again, maybe we won't find out how or the logistics of it all, like how it happened, what they did, what they used. But I hate though. I can't stand it when people completely dispel, because it's this conspiracy theory, dispel the possibility of a DW. Because they exist.
They do exist.
I think there's people that don't even think that's true.
Yeah, so the conspiracy is not do space lasers exist.
They do.
The DW, they do exist. You can look them up readily. So
Absolutely.
the only...
And every major fucking country has them.
Yeah, the only question is, did they get used on this or not?
Right.
The question is not do they exist. 100% they do.
Right. Well, Kelly Slater was mad at this guy, it seemed like.
I would like to, I don't know that much about him, I'm a little curious about him now. I feel like his response, sounds pretty personal, emotionally charged. Sounds a little prepared and cleaned up though. Also at the same time.
Should we ask ChatGPT?
What are we gonna ask?
Who Kelly Slater has connections with in politics? Who is politics? Oops. What if ChatGPT says he's right behind you?
That'd be creepy.
Kelly Slater? Man, I hope Kelly Slater comments on our podcast. That'd be cool.
It'd be pretty cool.
If we could start a online fight with Kelly Slater, he's got 3.3 million followers.
I'm not trying to start a fight with any professional athletes, man.
Online ones. He can't bitch slap us from... I'm just kidding. I like Kelly Slater.
Athletes, Marines, military, and convicts.
Don't fuck with him.
It's not a good idea. It's not 100%. You know, you're gonna get busted up.
He's a surfer, dude. No, I'm kidding. Surfers are great. I'm just fucking around. And Kelly Slater is a fit specimen.
That's exactly what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Oh, this is taking forever. I think. You know what I think is happening?
It is an interesting. This thing is so eager to shit things out of it, and it's really trying to think right now about how it's going to respond.
That's how I feel.
Because usually when stuff doesn't come up, it'll just tell you right away.
Yeah, it's like searching Kelly Slater political views or statements.
It's still thinking.
Yeah, who runs ChatGPT? What's his name? Sam Altman. Microsoft has a tie-in. I'm not too sure. Microsoft actually has a lot of control over ChatGPT. Yeah. They could shut it off at any moment. They actually have that much control.
That sucks.
I saw Elon talking about it in an interview. So, yeah, you got to kind of question some of the stuff that does come out of here. Is it going to be biased? He has some interaction with political figures, blah, 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 blah. In a resolution sponsored by Florida Representative Bill Posey, additionally, Slater served on the board of advisors, Conservative Society, the Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, in the public eye for his stance on vaccination, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. His anti-vaccine position, he just made a new fan. His anti-vaccine position attracted the attention of Australian politicians as it potentially affected his participation in events in Australia. Despite this, Slater clarified that he is not anti-vaccine, but rather anti-vaccine mandate. I'm with him.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
on board.
A lot of sense to me.
I'm a big fan now. Indicating a nuanced view on the subject. Nice. All right. Well, yeah, I like Kelly Slater's view on that vaccine for sure. And, you know, he does bring up good points against this guy. I'll give him that too. But I still think the fire situation was weird there.
It was weird, man. I think we're pretty much in agreement.
Yeah. How far down with the coordination? You're pretty much there, yeah.
I'm pretty much there. I can't say 100%, but
most likely.
Most likely,
right.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
I think there was some coordination, and the only thing that convinced me otherwise is just time. It's just time. Like I said, I'll say it one more time on the record. If everyone gets to rebuild their houses and keep their stuff, and they just rebuild it more or less as it was with minimal changes.
Yep.
This was a terrible tragedy. Dude, if they turn it into some bullshit, it's a tragedy anyway, of course. Yeah. But that would be the extent of it.
Yeah, exactly.
If they turn it into some bullshit, which I really think they're going to.
Smart city. Then we know.
It's on purpose, bro.
We'll find
out.
Some
help, man.
Couple of years,
right?
Who do you think is more of a fire forensic arborist expert? This guy or Kelly Slater? Better question. Who could jump the freeway? Who has a chance of jumping the freeway? Kelly Slater, this fire arborist, or a fire? Who has the best chance of jumping a freeway?
Probably Kelly. Elite athlete, man. He'll find a way.
Elite athlete. All right. Well, you want to sign off on this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.